Hey guys, me again. I have a lot of pins to open. So I'm going to open a lot of these pins at the end of this video, but first I'm going to talk to you a little bit about pin trading in general, give you a few terms to know if you're not familiar, and just tell you a little about how I got started with pin trading. Okay, so today I'm wearing my This Way to the Magic mint green shirt. Same shirt as the blue one I wore last week. It's just a different color. So, also available in my shop. And this is probably my favorite. No, they're all my favorite. I really like this color though. Okay, so today we're going to talk about pin trading and pin collecting. I first started out, I just bought one pin. I actually have it right here. It is the Yacht Club Resort pin. We stayed there and I just really liked it and I was like, I'm gonna buy this. So I did. So I bought it, obviously did not intend to trade that one, still don't intend to trade that one. And then I can't remember if it was the same year or a different year, I bought this Food and Wine Festival pin. So it's got Donald and it folds out and it's all three of the Caballeros. So yeah, that's how I got started. I just saw a few pins that I liked and I was like, what a great souvenir. It's really small. It's not going to take up a lot of space, but it kind of marks the trip that I just took. So then I took my sister to Disney World in, I don't remember what year. I'm not even going to try to remember because I just had a baby and I have no brain. It was a few years ago. Took her in January and I was like, pin trading would be really fun. So I did something that you're not supposed to do, but I didn't know at the time. I'm going to tell you about it because I want you to learn from what I did. I bought a couple of pin lots on eBay. You will see them everywhere. There are some blogs, like really reputable blogs that I like and follow, that will recommend that you do this, and I'm telling you not to. I bought some lots on eBay. They were like 50 cents a pin, super cheap. They're all fake. They're all scrappers. None of them are real, but because they're faked and they still have the like Disney pin trading logo on the back, the cast members are going to take them. Like they're not going to look at your 5-year-old child and say, sorry, this is a fake pin, I'm not going to trade with you. So because of that, a lot of the boards at the parks have a lot of these scrappers and fakes. And you're probably like, well, who cares? I mean, pin collectors care. So it kind of sucks to like see a pin you really like and then you get close and you're like, oh crap, that's a scrapper. So I try not to put scrappers back into the parks anymore now that I know the difference. The biggest ways to tell, and I can actually just do another video or I can find a video to link to that will tell you a little bit about how to spot scrappers. But if you see a real pin and then see a scrapper, a lot of times you can really tell the difference. They're like lighter weight. They have paint dips in the enamel where like it's not just a smooth surface on the top. The backs usually look pretty rough. So anyway, I bought us some pin lots and we took them to the parks and we traded and it was a lot of fun, especially for her. You know, she was 12, 13 at the time. I think she was 13. And it was just like, you know, it was fun. And I felt a lot less awkward approaching cast members when I had her with me. It's a little more awkward when it's just me, but I look for the boards that they have displayed so I can just walk up to the board and look and not have to be like, excuse me, can I see your pins? Especially, it's really awkward when they're wearing a lanyard, or actually both are awkward. Sometimes they wear a lanyard, sometimes they have a little thing that's like around their waist. Either way, you're like looking at their crotch or at their chest and it's real awkward. But anyway, so I don't even know, I ramble a lot. I don't even remember what my train of thought was. I guess I'm just telling you a little about how I got started. So after I did that, I kind of like learned a little more about pins and I joined some pin trading Facebook groups, and that's the way that I trade most of the time now because obviously I'm not at the parks. Well, not obviously, I'm telling you, I'm not at the parks that much because I live in Tennessee. We try to go twice a year. Well, we definitely go at least twice a year for the last several years. It would be nice to go more, but twice a year is not really that often to be able to like pin trade. So I do a lot of it online. What I do is I'll post a picture of my traders, which I actually have my board back there. And I need to rearrange it, make it look good. But so I'll post a picture of my traders and then say, okay, here's what I have to trade. This is kind of what I'm looking for if anybody has it. Or I'll just look at whatever you have, and then people will private message you and say, hey, I want your Lilo and Stitch pin, and here's what I have to trade back. And if I see something I like, then we'll trade. I just mail them their pin, and they'll mail me my pin, and that's it. So far, I haven't had anybody like scam me, which I don't have like super valuable pins, so they probably wouldn't bother. So the ones that you see that are just on the cards, like this. This is a backer card. It's probably not going to show. Just a generic one. This may actually be an older one. There's lots of different kind of backer cards. Those are open edition, which means there's not a limited number of them. They're going to be out indefinitely until Disney decides, okay, we're done with this pin. Let's move on. So those are the ones that are the easiest to get. There's lots of them, lots of different characters, lots of different rides represented. And they're fun to collect. Like if you collect a specific character, that's a good way to get like a lot of what you want. And then another kind are limited edition, which I'll get a backer card. So here's an example of a limited edition backer card. You can see it says limited edition there at the bottom. This is one from the Disney Studio Store Hollywood, which is in Hollywood. It is the Ghirardelli, I don't know how to explain it. It's an ice cream shop in a Disney store. I've never been there, but they do these pin releases called Pin Traders Delight, PTD for short. And if you buy a certain Sunday, you get one of these pins for however much they cost. I think they're usually like 15 bucks. And they're limited edition, and they flip them once they run out. They'll release a new set. But those are pretty collectible, and they're super cute. They're like, the characters are always holding ice cream cones. I have a few of them that I've traded for. I'll show those in a future video, but I hope that when I go to California next summer to visit my family, that I can convince my mom that we should go down there and I can get a pin. Even if it's not a character I like, I just want the experience. So that's an example of a limited edition pin, and a lot of times the LE pins, those are like hard to get. The only ones that are a little easier to get are the ones they release at the parks. And also, I'm like not an expert, so if I say something that you're like, no, that's wrong, Christy, feel free to comment and let me know. And sorry, it just got a little dark in here. There's clouds, so the sun is kind of going in and out. Okay, and then limited release, which that American Adventure set that I opened last week is an example of this. They are not a limited number, so like it's not just going to be 1,000 of these pins. It's going to be there for a certain amount of time. So like usually, and I don't know if I have a backer card up here for that. Usually like the Flower and Garden Festival pins or the Food and Wine Festival pins, there will be at least one that's limited release. So it'll be there for the whole festival, but it's not still going to be there when the festival's over. You're not going to be able to find it. So that kind of explains a little bit about the difference. And then also Loungefly is one of the companies that makes pins. You can kind of see the gold on that backer card. They make pins and sell them at like Box Lunch and Hot Topic, to name a couple. I think they sell other places, but so there are some third-party places that sell pins that are official Disney pins, and you can still trade them in the parks. I probably wouldn't, honestly, unless you get a really good deal on them, but usually they're like 10 bucks, so I wouldn't trade those. I will link to the Facebook groups that I'm in. That is a really good way to get traders, even for the parks. If you just go in there and you post, hey, I'm looking for a grab bag of authentic traders, like no scrappers, you'll get a few people will get tagged. The two that I bought from are a guy named Killian Depp, or Deep, and Emily Bodney. I'm really bad with names. I think that's right. But those two will definitely, you'll definitely get connected with them. And I can, if you want to comment, I will send you a link to their Facebook page so you can contact them. That's who I use now. It's about a little under $2 a pin, which is, I mean, if you're buying 50 pins, yeah, that's a lot. But like, they're real pins, you know? It's a lot cheaper than getting them in the park. You're not going to get one for less than $5 at the park. So $2 a pin is not bad to start out. And you could just buy like a lot of 10 and then kind of work your way up from there. Hopefully that was a good summary. And now I'm just going to show you a pin haul. I have some blind bags and mystery boxes I'm going to open in a separate video, hopefully next week. But I'm just going to show you some of the pins I got. I'll start off with one. Sorry, I'm turning around. I need to get a table in front of me. I moved my table. Last week I had the table in front of me, but it's a drop leaf, so my legs kept hitting. And it was hurting and it was really annoying. So now the table's back there and I'm just sitting in a chair. But anyway, I can get like a little table tray or TV tray to put in front of me. So this is a pin that I picked up today. I'm so excited about it. Kingdom Hearts Donald. Isn't he so cute? And look how big he is. Like that's big. I got this at Target. It was $10, I believe. So not a bad price. And yeah, I just thought he was super cute. They actually have Goofy. I think they have Mickey and Sora as well. I know I saw 4 and those characters would make sense with Kingdom Hearts. So if you have a Target near you, which I feel like everybody in America has a Target near them, then you should go and see if they have these left because they're really cool pins. I'm going to open it eventually and hang it on my Donald board. Okay. I'm going to pause here because I'm going to open all of these pins so that I can just pull them out and show you and not have to unwrap the bubble wrap on film. So, be right back. Okay, 15 minutes later, I'm back. Some people use too much tape. You know who you are. Stop it. Alright, so the first pin I'm going to show you is actually a scrapper. I'm like 99% sure. I can't remember what I traded for this, but I didn't trade something that was high value, so it's fine. There's certain groups that are better about, like all the people in the group are educated about scrappers. Some of the groups not so much. But I think most of the pins I have from this set are scrappers, so it's not that big of a deal to me. This is from an alphabet set of hidden Mickeys, which are the ones that are on cast member lanyards. And this is the U, obviously. I have the H, B, T, D, L, and R currently. I have a lot of these to go. So it's a scrapper, but it's okay. I like it anyway. And then she also sent me this Woody Tsum Tsum for my Woody board, which I only have a few Woodies so far. So I'm glad to add him to my collection. I also got... focus. Hey, here I am. Okay. I'm using a different camera because this one has a little flip screen so I can actually see myself, which is nice. Also probably why I'm looking slightly to the right of the lens. Sorry about that. But it's nice that I can see like, okay, my hair doesn't look crazy, you know, lighting's okay. Anyway, so 2 separate trades, but I now have 3 more states for my American Adventure set. This is New York, Pennsylvania, New Jersey. I know this lens can focus. It's just getting it to select the right thing to focus on. I'll put an inlay up so you guys can actually see these pins if it won't focus. This next one is Arkansas, Mississippi, and Louisiana. Man, I was having a little more luck earlier. Okay, and then Nebraska and Kansas. I've never been to Nebraska. I think I've driven through Kansas before. Okay, so with one of those states, I also traded this little Angry Donald. It's so funny. I love him. So I'll add him to my Donald collection. And she also sent me these 2 Sorcerer Mickey, or not Sorcerer Mickey, Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom cards. How sweet is that? I don't collect these because I don't really play this, but I have a couple. I have the orange bird one from the Halloween party. So super nice. My battery's about to die, so that stinks. But let me see if I have others to show you. Okay, this one is a shoe that is, I bought this one, but it's a Hades. Oh my gosh, I've got to figure this focusing thing out. There we go. Hades theme. I actually don't like this set, but since I collect Hades, I got just the Hades one. I thought he was cute. Also traded for this Donald Bad Boy, which I thought was hilarious. Guys, this is infuriating to me. I'm a perfectionist and it's killing me. Killing me. Okay. The only other, actually, I've got two more that I want to show you. Okay, this is a vintage vinyl. You've probably seen these released in the parks. They're current. And if you shake it out, it has a little record inside. This is the Snow White one. I'm not collecting this set, but the person that I traded with wanted something that I had and didn't really have anything that I was collecting, but I wanted to trade with them anyway. So I selected this because I thought, well, if I decide not to keep it, I can trade it. Like, people will be interested in this. And this one, I bought this on eBay and it was a risk, let me tell you. And I still am not 100% sure that it's real. This is the old hag from the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween mystery set. And it was an auction and I got it for like 18 bucks, which is quite a bit less than it's going for, because nobody else was bidding on it. So I either got a really good deal or I got ripped off because it's fake. So hopefully it's real and I got a really good deal. So now I only like two more in that collection. I also traded for this drink pen. In my last video I opened these and I didn't get this one. I think it's Gaston. I'm not 100%. I'll have to look it up. But so now I lack, I think, 7 from this collection, and I have another bag to open. I'll do that in the next video. Then, okay, these are the last two I'll show you. And I've got several others, but I'm just going to skip them because my battery's about to die. I got these two Ursulas because I love Ursula. She's so creepy and purple. If you can't tell from my hair, I like purple. So anything I see of characters that I like, if I don't have them, I'll go ahead and trade for them. And so my husband and I are trying to decide what we want to be for Halloween for Mickey's Not So Scary, and we're leaning towards Little Mermaid characters, even though I don't really like that movie that much. I love Ursula, and he loves Sebastian. Under the Sea is like his favorite song ever. So we may be Sebastian and Ursula or Sebastian and Flounder if we can figure out, like, how do you do Sebastian? You just wear red? That's kind of boring, right? So maybe you can make a hat with like little eyes or something. Anyway, there's another little tangent for you. Hopefully you guys don't mind my rambling. I just like talk a lot. So yeah, I think that's all I'm going to show you for today since my battery's dying. Hope you enjoyed this. I hope you were able to glean some knowledge out of all my rambling. If you have questions about pins, I'll try to answer them, or I'll direct you somewhere that has a better explanation than I can give you. And I'll put some links down in the description that might help you out with like pin groups and stuff if you're interested in trading on Facebook. There's also a group where you can post pictures of your pins to see if they're scrappers, if you're not sure. But yeah, I think that's it. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Okay, bye.